It's crazy. I'm loving it, living the American life, trying to do it. It's crazy, you know. So I had to learn how to drive out here, which was fun. To get a car, obviously, which I just almost couldn't get. You have to fill out forms, and then they want your credits. And in America, credits is very important. I don't understand the concept. I'm in the car dealership, and there's this Asian gentleman helping me. We're going through the forms, and he says, "So how long have you lived in America for?" I said, I haven't lived here for long. He said, "Oh, this not good for you. This not good for you." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "No, you cannot lease car in America unless you've been here a long time, because then you don't have credit, okay? You don't." I said, "Well, I've got the money to pay for it." He said, "Yeah, that's not the point, okay? That's not the point. In America, okay, in this country, we want credit, okay? Our country focus on credit. If you got good credit, you can buy anything. We don't care about money. We want credit." I said, "Well, credit is the assumption that you can pay back the money." He's like, no, that don't count here, okay? In our country, you have good credit, you can buy anything, okay? You got good credit. He's like, our country. And I was like, look, I hate to be rude, but when you say our country, do you mean our because you live here now, or our because the Chinese own it? And he was like, it's a bit of both, okay? Yeah, but no credit for you, no car. Okay, goodbye. I had to just buy myself a car. You know, this horrible thing, drive around. And that's the worst thing, driving in America. Wow. On the other side of the road, you feel like a rebel, you know, until you see the other cars coming, and then it's not so much fun. You know how many times I did that, just going to the wrong side? And don't trust movies. It's not easy to do that whole thing. No, people don't just drive, and no, they stop. They just look at you and go, "What are you doing?" In the movies, you drive past. "What are you doing?" Aren't you supposed to? No, they don't drive. They just wait for you to turn around, and the street is so small. You're doing one of those turns, just watching them in your shame, just like it's horrible. I had to practice for months. It was the worst. I remember I drove into a street once. I thought I'd learned. It had been months. I'd been doing it well, and then I turned into the wrong way, and I saw this little old Asian lady driving towards me, and I was like, "No!" And there was nobody else, so I swerved the car around. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah, hero!" And I drove, and there were 50 cars coming this way. And I was like, "You bitch!" And I told my friend the story. I told him this. I was like, "Oh, this is what happened." And he was like, "Oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny." And he's like, "Who was driving the car?" I said, "A little old Asian lady." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you can't say that, man. You can't say that." I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, you can't say she's Asian." I said, "Why not?" He's like, "Yeah, because that's racist." I said, "What, that she's Asian?" He's like, nah, if she's a bad driver and you say she's Asian, that's racist. I said, "So let me get this straight. Asians are not allowed to be called bad drivers? Is this not racism in itself? Everyone else is allowed the world of bad drivers. But if I'm driving on the freeway behind an Asian person and they're swerving around, and I go, 'This bad driver, you drive like crap.' And I pull up next to them, I'm like, 'Oh, no, sorry. You're not a bad driver. You're just Asian. I'm sorry.'" Racism in itself? It's madness. So now what I had to do was get around using a GPS, you know? Decided to get one of those. First, I tried to be a cheapskate. I thought, get a phone with a GPS. That was a horrible mistake. Bought myself one of those iPhones with Siri. Your assistant, she talks to you. She listens to you. If you're American, she doesn't understand one word I say. I don't understand why. I speak English, and they're talking to her. Doom, doom. She's like, "What do you need?" I'm like, "Siri, please call Peter." "You want pizza?" No, cancel. "Siri, I need Peter." "You want pizza?" "No, Siri, I want pizza, not pizza." "You want pizza?" No, Siri, what's going on here?" "You want to, Siri, you're not making sense. Siri, are you having an attitude with me?" "You tell me. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Siri, just listen to me." "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know?" "Siri, just, bitch. Dialing mom. What the hell?" This is horrible. I had to buckle down and buy myself a real GPS to get me around, which has been working like a charm. If you don't have a GPS, you get yourself one. It's the best thing you'll ever do. Just don't make the mistake I made and buy it from Craigslist. I bought one off Craigslist, and the guy who sold it to me didn't tell me that it was a Spanish language GPS, which was not so good. I didn't understand anything she says. Look, I still get around because the arrows are in English, thank God. But otherwise, it was just horrible. And I hated it the first few days, and then I fell in love with her. She's just, I don't understand why more Americans don't speak Spanish. It's such a sexy language. I'm sitting there, and like all the men in here, you want to feel like a man. You get yourself a Spanish GPS. Oh no, you don't understand. Traffic never sounded sexier. It's just like, I just punch in random destinations and she guides me around. She's like, dun dun. Sigue toco de que para conocí. En 200 metros sería la de la cha. And I'm just like, oh shucks, Tom Tom. You say that all the time. This is sexy, She just guides me around. It's beautiful. I love that. I'm going to learn Spanish because of that. Spanish has gone up my list. I had a few languages in Spanish. Spanish was like 6th language. I spoke 4 languages in South Africa. And then the 5th language was going to be Japanese. And then Spanish but now Spanish has gone up. Japanese I've had to pause because of the earthquake. There's not that many of them traveling now. So it's sad. There's no one now. Just like walk around the streets, just, But Spanish has gone up. Because I was getting good at Japanese, don't get me wrong. I was getting really good. I could say, and it's a great language. It's powerful. Because you speak Japanese from your chest. It makes you feel strong. Hey there. Yeah. Very strong. Whereas English you speak from the head and the chest. Do you know what I mean? You speak it head and chest. You wouldn't know this. You wouldn't know this if you listen to many coastal girls in America. Like I've been in places like California where women insist on speaking English from their nose, which is not the correct. Yeah, like, oh my God, are you guys gonna like do this? And I was like there with Tiffany and we were talking and that's not the right way. You're not using your lungs. I know this because when I choked her, she sounded exactly the same. Jesus. Then she's like, oh my God, you're like totally choking me right now and I can't breathe and this is so not on. I am so gonna tweet about this. This is like the worst thing ever. Oh, I am so dying. OMG. It's horrible. Whereas Japanese is strong. Japanese you speak from the chest, A lot of the Americans are learning Chinese, I've seen. Chinese, I see people say, you gotta learn Chinese. They're taking over. Chinese. Ni hao ma. Shi xing ni. Chinese. It's too late. It's too late to learn Chinese. It's over. No, it's true. It's true. Because it's also one of the hardest languages in the world. I mean, how do you learn Chinese now? Just, they've got over 10,000 characters in the alphabet. You know this? 10,000 characters. We've got 26 in English. And there's still people going, what comes after Q? 26. This is, 10,000 they've got. That's super smart. Although they must have the worst Sesame Street in the world. It must suck being a Muppet in that country. I can just see them on a Monday morning singing to the kids. 5 years later. It's just horrible. Horrible. Hey there. Thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on. Yeah, click. Nice. Do you guys have any questions? Any thoughts on Jon Stewart coming back to that's the greatest thing ever. Are you kidding me? It's like Jordan that's like one of the wild, I remember talking to friends about this. I was like, I wonder if John would ever, and it's like, yeah, but John was, and he was like gone for so long. And I was like, will Jon Stewart come back? And then when they said it, I was like, of course. And in the election, you know what it's like? It's like, I love Marvel movies. Like, well, not the new ones, but like there was a bunch, when they were still like really good. You know what I mean? And this scene feels like, that moment where you don't know that a hero is going to jump into another movie? That's what it sort of feels like. It's sort of like Thor's hammer, in that scene when they're all like fighting, what's his name again? Ring guy. Thanos, thank you. Yeah, Thanos. And that scene with the hammer, that's what it felt like John coming back. And he's smart to do once a week. John and I always spoke about this.
And like the hardest thing about doing the Daily Show is the fact that it's daily. It really is. It's the hardest thing about it. And John and I would always talk and we'd be like, man, if only there was a way you could just do like a day of the show. And then like now, I literally messaged him and then I was like, you son of a you figured it out! You figured it out! God it! Godspeed, Jon Stewart! When I came to New York for the first time, he said to me, he's like, come hang out at the show with me. And so I went to hang out with him. And we had so much fun just bantering. I wasn't supposed to be on the show, by the way. We had so much fun bantering that John was like, come on the show. He's like, let's do something on the show. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, no, let's do something. We'll make it fun. And we did. We made it fun. We had a good time. And then I left. I went back to South Africa. Then I came back. Another time, he's like, let's do it again. And I was like, all right, let's do it again. We did it again. And then I left. I went back to South Africa. Then I came back. And he's like, let's do it again. And then we did it again. And I was like, oh, this is so much fun. And then he's like, okay, I'm leaving. He's like, I'm leaving. And then he's like, maybe you should do it. And I was like, what? I felt like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was like the weirdest thing ever. I just came for a tour. I just wanted some of the Wonka bars. And then the next thing, I'm like managing the Oompa Loompas. I'm like, I don't know how this works. This is crazy. So we talked about it a lot, you know? Like I call him my Jewish Yoda. That's what like John is. Yeah, because he like guides me and he's like really smart and everything. And so we always talked about like, you know, how hard it is to do something like this. And as you get older, you want to spend more time with your family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, and then when I heard this, I was like, yes. And the worst thing is I knew, but then you can't say to the people, you know? So now you're walking around like, There's nothing worse than having a secret that's cool, but you can't say anything because it's still, and then, you know? So I was just like looking at people like, oh. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know. So you're originally from Austin. Okay. All right, so what would you suggest? What's your name, man? Laurel. Laurel? Pleasure to meet you, Laurel. So you're from Austin. Where in Austin are you from? South Austin. I like how you just do, I've never been to a place where people do that, by the way. Yeah, you guys just have like compass directions. So if I were in New York and I said to somebody in the audience, where are you from? They'd be like, oh, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Long Island. I'm from Queens. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from, here, people are just like, South. I'm sorry, relative to where we are now, or what do you mean? I'm from South. It's like, you know, we have names for places now. You don't have to have that old time mentality anymore. People act like they're still on horse and carriage. What part of town do you live in, partner? I live south. Literally, it's just like, and I've learned there's inflections to them. So people be like, south, they say it like that. And then like east, people draw it out. They'd be like, oh, you're in east? And then I'm like, I don't know what happens in east, but I don't think I like it. Okay, so what would you recommend, Laurel from South? What am I trying to do? Something interesting. Something that I couldn't do anywhere else other than Austin. Something to see, something to experience. What would you recommend? Barton Springs. Okay. What is Barton Springs? It's a natural spring. Ooh, I like that. Yes, as opposed to unnatural springs. I wonder what that would be. Right? It's like a toxic waste dump. I don't know where the water comes from, but it's great. It really is. Plus this third arm is handy for washing my back. So it's a natural spring. And do people still go into it? Yeah, you go in, clothed or unclothed? You wear a bathing suit. Okay, typically. So some people do not. I like the two of you. Like, I love this because you are telling me all the information and then you've got two people next to you and they're just doing hand signs. So I was like, clothed or unclothed? And he was like, and then I was like, do they do this? And then she was like, Okay, so it depends on, all right. Does it depend on the day? Are there like more nude people on certain days, or it just depends on me? Like me as Trevor, like if I'm there, then it changes? Oh, just as a person. Oh, I thought you were like, Trevor, you have the power. Oh, that would have been exciting. I would have been there tomorrow like, hey, take that off. Laurel says so. Okay, I'm gonna Barton Springs. I will do that. Is it open every day? Do you pay to go into it, or is it just like a... You do, you pay, and then... If I say I'm from Austin, I'll get in cheaper. Okay. I like how confident you just said that. So you're like, just say you're from Austin, get in cheaper. I think something would give me away, sir. Something would give, they'd be like, you're from Austin? I'd be like, yes. Can you not tell by my accent? They'd be like, what part of Austin are you from? I'd be like, very south. Very, very south. Oh, that's fun. I like that suggestion, Laurel. All right. So you're originally from here. Who's this gentleman next to you?
This is my boyfriend, Benjamin.
This is your boyfriend, Benjamin. Hey, how you doing, boyfriend, Benjamin? You doing good? Yeah. How long have you two been together? About 9 years. Ooh, I like that. You still got like that cozy thing. You've got your bodies mirroring each other. You both got your legs at the same angle, smiling, having fun. Oh, this is good. This is good. Where are you from originally, Benjamin?
Kingsville, Texas.
Kingsville, Texas. Oh, you got a fan. One fan. Why did you want to live in Austin, Texas? What was it about Austin, Texas that Kingsville didn't give you? Every thing. The way he said that was amazing. He's like, everything. Trevor, they got everything out here. They got water, they got lights, they got electricity, they got cars. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. Congratulations. When's your anniversary coming up? It's 9 years. When does it become 10? Wait, why are you choosing it? That was fascinating. I said, when does it come? You were both like, Like, when do we want it to be 10 years? Like, that was a weird... You were so I said, how long have you been together? You were both like, 9 years. And then I said, when is the 10th? And you were like, Is there gonna be a 10? How does 10 work? What is that? What was that delay? You don't really know? What do you mean you don't really know? You don't really know when 10 comes? What?
We're never quite sure upon the date.
Oh, you never sure about the date. Okay, I understand. Oh, I thought you were just like, we're not sure in general. Okay, I was like, this is more conversation for therapy than comedy. Okay, you're not sure about, but is there a month that you celebrate? December. So 10 years would be December. Oh, so you just got to 9. Okay, congrats. Do you have anything planned for, like, is there a way you celebrate the anniversary that isn't on a specific day? I mean, that is a lot of fun, because, like, you can never forget it. That is cool. Like, any day in December, you can just turn around and be like, happy anniversary. That's a pretty cool way to do it, actually, you know? You've got 31 days, Benjamin. 31 days. That's a good, like, hit rate. You know what I mean? And there's days that remind you as well. Like when you see Santa, you're like, oh Laurel. Hey, honey.
Next one's gonna be butt stuff.
Next one's gonna be?
Next one's gonna be butt stuff.
Butt stuff? Oh man. I love how you said that with the biggest grin on your face. You were like, the next one's gonna be butt stuff. Butt stuff. Oh, that's cool, Benjamin. I like how excited you are for that, Benjamin. You really are. So Laurel's just gonna be there butt stuffing you. You'll be like... I love everything about LA, even the things that people hate about LA, I love the traffic in LA. It's like one of my favorite experiences. Yeah, when you don't live here, it's great. It's wonderful, because you get to be a part of it, but you know it's not yours forever. It's like another person's child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get to be like, this is crazy, have it back. That's what it feels like. I love it, man. I love the vibe, you know? I love driving out here. You know, and while I'm out here, I get to listen to the radio, because you guys have great radio stations because you're always in your cars, you know. In New York, like radio's not a big thing for me living in New York. I ride my bicycle, I walk through the streets, I can't listen to music because I'll die. But in LA, that's all I do. You just listen to music. Now these days when you're driving around, all you hear is trap music. That's the big thing you hear is trap. That's the new music on the radio. It's really fun, trap. I don't understand what they're saying, but I enjoy it, you know. Yeah, every single song is the same. Every trap song to me sounds like a toddler complaining about life. That's all I hear when I listen to trap songs. Every time a trap song plays on the radio, I think of my little brother. He'll go outside, he'll like hurts himself, he'll come back crying, and it sounds like every single trap song ever. He'll like walk in like, and I'll be like, yo, Isaac, what happened, buddy? He'll be like, and I'll be like, yo, dude, slow down. I thought you were playing with your friends. What happened? All my friends are dead. Put me to the end. All my friends are dead now. Get me to the end now. I'm trying to lead you. I'll be like, yo, go talk to your mom, man. I don't know what you're saying. Go talk to your mom. The city of angels. I love every moment, man. I'm enjoying myself. I just got back from vacation, so I'm having a great time. You know when you got that vacation swag? You know, you still got that thing? You know, you still feel loose, you feel relaxed. I went to Bali on vacation, yeah, out in Indonesia. Yeah, if you've never been, make a plan and get out there. It's an amazing place. I went out with some of my friends, learned a few things about myself as a person. Most important thing I learned is somebody needs to invent a TripAdvisor specifically for black people, right? No, because just generally I find that what white people want to do on vacation is what black people are trying to escape. And not in a bad way, it's just like we want different things out of life, you know? Like my white friends are always inviting me camping, for instance, always. Like with enthusiasm, we're all like, Trevor, you want to go camping, dude? I'm like, why? Why? It's like, dude, what do you mean why? It's amazing, you're kidding me? It's like no water, no electricity, you know? It's just like us in the great outdoors. You gotta take a dump in the hole in the floor or something, dude. I'm like, yeah, that was my life. That was me growing up. You know how hard I worked to never go camping again? Every day I wake up in my bed and I'm like, thank God I'm not camping. If my family saw pictures of me camping, they would be devastated. My grandmother saw me out in the woods. She'd be like, oh, what happened to Trevor? Oh, I thought he was successful. Oh, it must be the crack. I'm gonna go camping. So I went with my friends to Bali. They planned the trip. And before we went, I asked my friend, I was like, yo, Mitch, what are we gonna be doing? And he was like, dude, don't ask questions, Trevor. It's just gonna be a great time. I was like, yeah, I wanna know what the great time is gonna be about. He's like, dude, don't ask questions. I should have asked questions. Because we had fun. But the trip, there were a few things that were weird that I wouldn't necessarily do on my own. For instance, on the third day of the trip, right, we had what was planned, what was built in our itinerary as an authentic Balinese experience. Right? That's what they called it, an authentic Balinese experience. And what they did was, they woke us up at 5 a.m., put us in a little bus, and we drove for 3 hours. And when we got there, get out of the bus, we're in the middle of it, it's like a remote village, and the little tour guide, really happy, way too happy for that time, and he's just like, welcome everybody, are you ready for a good time? And I'm like, yay. And so he's like, my name is Deng Basan, and I'm going to be your guide. Today, you will have an authentic Balinese experience. So exciting, follow me. And so we follow him, and he walks up to a little door, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be like a temple or a cave or something. And he's like, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the real Bali. And he opens the door into somebody's house. This is not a museum house. This is just a house. Like someone lives there every single day. He opens the door, and he's like, this is the home of someone in Bali. He eats here. He sleeps here. I'm like, does he know we're here? Because we didn't knock. Nobody answered the door. For all I know, we're breaking and entering right now. We're in some weird Balinese gang. I don't know how this works. And as I'm about to ask the question, he turns and he's like, over here you can see the owner of the house. He's in the corner. And we turn and there's a man the whole time. He was just sitting there, frozen stiff. And now I'm like, is this guy part of this? I don't know if we should be doing this or should not be doing this. And Deng Basan turns to me, starts speaking to him in Balinese. He's like, Tengrawata Sangaraka. He's like, okay, you can touch anything. And so I'm like, oh no, I don't think we should. Before I can even finish, the people in our tour group were like, yeah, touch it all. Oh my God, touch it all. Oh my God, does he sleep here? Oh wow, is this where he eats? Oh my God, I could never do this. Oh my God, excuse me, thank you so much for having us. Oh my God, I appreciate my life so much more right now. Thank you so much, this is horrible. Can we take a selfie? Thank you. Are you on Instagram? I'll just put hashtag the man. Thank you. Oh my God. So I'm really awkward right now, right? Because this is like something culturally I'm not supposed to be doing. Right? As an African person, I should not be in somebody's house rummaging through their life. So I'm standing in the corner, really uncomfortable. And the owner of the house, he's really accommodating. He's friendly. You know, he's like, yes, thank you. Enjoy. Thank you. And then he turns and he looks at me. And this was one of the most magical moments, right? Because he was smiling at everyone else. And his face completely changed when he turned. He's a little hospitable. He's like, yes, thank you. And with his eyes, he proceeded to have the most in-depth conversation with me that I've ever had. And it's not like the eyes conversation was new to me. Like, you can have an eyes conversation with anyone you have a connection with. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it could be somebody of the same race when you're in public. It could be like a husband and wife. Like, wives are really good at having eyes conversations. They'll shit on you hard. Like, you'll be in public together, and then you'll say something off. You'll be like, oh, if only she did that. And she'll be like, oh, hell no, I cannot believe you said all of that. But it's just eyes. I cannot believe you said all of that. Wait until the next, oh, you want to air our dirty laundry out in public? Oh, you're going to see how this is going to end up. Oh, you say this and enjoy this moment right now because you know it's over. And you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. All with eyes, right? That's what he did to me. Because one minute he's smiling at everybody. And then he turns and he looks at me. And just with these eyes, he was like, what are you doing here? And so with my eyes, I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was your house. They said it was an authentic experience. That's why I came. He's like, yeah, authentic for white people. You got your own poor. Go back to where you came from. I said, yeah, I shouldn't be here, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So I left. I go outside. About 15 minutes later, everyone's done with their poverty porn, so they come and join me. And Deng Basan follows the crowd. And he's having a blast, you can tell. You know, he walks out and he's like, everybody have a great time. I know you enjoyed that. Now, it's time for a special surprise. Follow me, everybody, to the back. And he takes us to the back of the house, right? Where there's this area that they've laid out, where clearly they have some sort of performance. There's a stage, there's raked seating. And he tells us to find our seats. And so we all sit down. And there's people from all over the world in our tour groups. Myself, my American friends, you got some British people. There's a French family, a dad and his son. They sit next to me. And so I sit in the front row, and Deng Basan comes back out, and all of a sudden he's wearing like a giant Balinese headdress, looking really beautiful, you know? And he looks at us and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for an authentic Balinese experience? Please welcome the snakes of Bali. I'm like, the what? I'm like, oh, he said snakes. The snakes of Bali. And I look, and there's snakes. There's a group of men gathering snakes to bring out to us. And so I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't, no. No, because you see, as a black person, culturally, I'm trying to not die. So I take all my stuff and I start packing it. And the French guy turns to me and he's like, my friend, where are you going? The shoe is starting. I said, yeah, no, the guy said the snake's coming, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go to the back. He's like, you're moving because of the snake? I said, yeah. He said, why are you moving for the snake, my friend? Are you afraid of a snake? I said, yeah. That's exactly what I am. I'm afraid of the snakes. He's like, such a big man, but you are afraid of a snake? I said, yeah, with a big brain. That's why I'm afraid. It's a snake. Like, you're not gonna trick me into not being afraid of a snake. Like, my toxic masculinity is not so high that I'll be like, yeah, you know what, man? Come on, snakey. Come on. It's a snake. Instead of just letting it go, this guy turns, he's like, I cannot believe it, a big man like this. Hey, Jean-Pierre. He turns to his son. He's like, Jean-Pierre, monsieur le droit de lui, le serpent, parce que de ici, le pardon ici, and this kid's like, ha ha ha, snake. Snake! And he's like, oui, snake! Are you afraid? Snake! What is this? It's a snake! Snake! And these two carry on for like 15 seconds nonstop, right? Just back and forth. Snake the whole time. He's like, snake, are you scared? Snake! I'm like, whatever, man. You guys lost all your wars. So I go to the back, right? I don't have time for this because there's snakes. So I go to the back, take all my stuff, and I climb up, and I'm sitting at the top, right? Because I want to see the show. I just don't want to be a part of it, okay? And so I've got my stuff, and I move all the way up to the top, and I sit there. And as I get there, the show starts, and Deng Basan's really excited, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your first performer, the powerful Python." And dude comes out with a giant python wrapped around him, right? And this guy had this cool trick where the python would squeeze him really tight, super tight, so tight you could almost hear his bones cracking, right? And then he'd make a sound. He'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And then it would start squeezing him again, and he'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And it would squeeze him again, and he'd make the same sound. He'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And I was like, wow, this is dope. This is cool. Yeah, they're in a consensual relationship. I like this. This is, And so he leaves with the snake. The next performer comes out, and this guy had a green mamba with him, right? And so Deng Basan is like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the green mamba!" And this guy comes out, and he had a cool trick where he took the lid off the basket, and the green mamba would come out, and then it would start doing like a little move, and then someone would play music, and then the snake charmer would dance with the snake, and they'd do the same moves. It was dope. It was like a Justin Timberlake video, just the two of them, okay? Like back and forth. I was like, oh, that was dope. And the snake goes back in, and then Deng Basan came out one final time, and he's like, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the final part of the show? Please welcome the King Cobra." And the final performer comes out with a cobra, puts the snake down, this is the lid, snake comes out. And I don't know what it was about this snake, but you could feel the energy change. Like, they were all snakes, but the snake looked mean, you know? Like it looked like it hated life. There was something about it. Like the snake looked like it had a mortgage. Because it looked at us, and then it fixed its eyes on the charmer. And he was really cool and calm. He didn't even look at the snake. He addressed us. He was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, they say the cobra can strike faster than a man can blink. But can a man move faster than the snake can think?" And I'm like, ooh. I don't know what that means, but I'm in. Because it sounds like a dumb Instagram quote, but I'm in. And this guy had the most amazing trick. What he did was, he got right up close to the snake, right? And he put his hands behind his back. And then he would make it seem like he was going to kiss the snake. And the snake would be no further than like a foot from his face. And then he would make this sound, like a kissing sound. And as he made the sound, the snake would try to bite him, and then he'd move out of the way. I've never seen anything like it. So he leaned in, and he's like, "Come on, snake. Too slow, Snakey. Try again. No love for you, my friend. Come on, Snakey." And all of us are enthralled. Every single one of us. No one's making a sound, no one's moving. And he does it over and over again. And then, to take it to the next level, he closes his eyes, pouts his lips. And I guess at this point, the snake was probably like, "Oh, I think I figured this out. This dude's gonna make the sound, and then he's gonna move. But if I bite before the sound, I can change everyone's lives." Because that's exactly what the snake does. The guy closes his eyes, pouts his lips. Before he can make the sound, the snake strikes him, pop, bam, hits him on the mouth, right? Cuts his lip open, blood goes spraying everywhere. Now, that should be the end of the story. That should be the craziest part of the story. No, this is the middle. The snake hits him on the mouth, the blood goes spraying. This guy jumps back and then acts like he didn't just get bitten by a snake.
which makes us think we're crazy because we all saw it. Everyone in the audience was like, oh, and then he jumps back and he just like shakes it off. You know what he did? He did that thing. You know that thing that people do where like you get their hand jammed in a car door or something? Like, you know, like it's slammed and it'll be like, and then people will just be like, He did that, but with a snake. So the snake hits him, the blood sprays, and he jumps back and he's like, Don't worry, we're fine. Don't worry. Don't worry, everybody, we're fine. Relax, we're fine. But we weren't fine. You know how we know this? Because his face started melting on the one side, right? So his face starts melting, his lips starts turning blue, and he goes back to do his kiss trick again, but he can't even stand, and then he looks at the snake looks at him, and he's like, okay, show is done, good night everybody, goodbye, good night. He runs off. And all of us are just like, what the hell just happened, right? He runs off. I have questions in my head. I'm like, is he gonna be okay? Do we get our money back? How does this work? And then we turn back and we realize he's forgotten his snake. And you know what the worst thing was? Is it seemed like the snake realized the same thing at the same time. Because the snake also watched him leave. And then as we turned back, the snake was also like, oh shit. And so now, it's just us and the snake. And mind you, there's no barrier, right? There's no concrete, there's no glass, there's nothing. It's an authentic Balinese experience. So we're all staring at the snake is staring at us. And then one genius decided now would be the perfect time to get an Instagram picture. And I don't know if it was the camera, the sound, or the flash. All I heard was click, and the snake jumped up and was like, and we were all like, ah! And then it was chaos. Pandemonium ensued. Now don't forget, I was at the back, so I just jumped off. I was like, haha, being black saved me. I was out. Panic ensued. Everyone jumps up. People are trying to scramble, like trampling over each other. The French guy was my favorite because he jumps up and he's like, Sacre bleu! Le serpent! Le serpent! Allez, Jean-Pierre, allez! And he's pushing the people and he's running. He's like, allez, Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre! And when he turns, his son hasn't moved, right? So little Jean-Pierre is planted to the spot, terrified. And you see his face, he's like, Papa! 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 He's like, Jean-Pierre, allez, mon ami. He's like, Papa! Papa! And so the dad realizes he's got to go back in and save his kid, right? But now this is one of those moments where I think you can see the fundamental difference between mothers and fathers, right? Because a mother would run in without thinking and she'd be like, I will die for my child. Strike me now, snake, right? That's moms. Dads will also save their kid, but in the back of their head, you know the dad is thinking, yo, I'm gonna save my kid, but I don't wanna die. I mean, I don't wanna die because this dumbass didn't know to run when his dad was running. I mean, there's a snake, and I start running, why wouldn't you run at the same time? Now I gotta die for your dumbass, which makes no sense, because I can make another one of you, you can't make another one of me. I should just make you a brother and we can mourn your dumbass death together. I don't even know why we're doing this right now. I think that's what the dad was thinking, right? Because he didn't fully commit. Instead, he tried to sneak in behind his kid. And then he grabs the back of his hoodie and yanks him to safety. So now little Jean-Pierre is choking in the ground. He's like, and he finally gets him to the side. And another snake charmer comes running out, grabs the snake, puts it in the sack. And finally, danger's averted. Everybody's safe. Everyone is safe, but terrified. Some people are crying, others are in shock. I'm standing on the side watching all of this. Little Jean-Pierre's there with his dad. They're both in tears. Like, désolé, mon ami. Désolé, Jean-Pierre. Désolé. And he's like, Papa, le trou de léger le pote le soir. Le pote. And I don't speak French, but I know this kid was like, you asshole, you left me. I'm gonna tell mom. And so I'm staring at them, and I guess they could feel that I was staring. So they both stopped at the same time, and they turned and looked at me, and I looked at them. And in that moment, I realized we're all human beings. We'll experience the same thing.
We went through the same trauma. No matter what happened to us before, we're all human beings. Because they looked at me and I could see in their eyes what they'd just experienced, what I'd experienced. And in that pause, I bent down, I got real close to them, and I was like, Snake. That's how racism starts. Australian news. Been here for 3 weeks now. I watch the news every single day. It's adorable. It really is. It's adorable. Like the week, I think it was the week before I came out, I started watching just before I came, just to see what some of the headlines were and everything. I remember the tone of the presenter. They were like, and in sad news, Reagan has announced she will not be competing in any future Olympics. I love how that was a news story. That's when I knew that Australia is having a good time as a place. The fact that that could make the news tells you how well you are doing, right? The news could actually save and put aside time to talk about the fact that Reagan would no longer be competing. Like, I love how they said it like we thought there was a chance that she would. They're like, Reagan has announced that she will not be competing in the next Olympics. We're like, yeah, we know. We all knew. We knew from the first moment when she did this. We and everybody else watching was like, yeah, this person's not coming to the next Olympics. I don't know which part of this made someone think next Olympics. Oh, man. I'm happy for Reagan. I like what she did. First of all, people didn't even know breakdancing was in the Olympics. So kudos to her. Everyone watched because of that, you know? And secondly, do your thing, leave your mark. Nobody knows who won any discipline at most Olympics. Nobody cares. That's what you want. You want to be remembered. And that's what you did. You did something special. And what a way to do it. What a way to do it. She used up all her white privilege at one time. At one time. Most people sprinkle it through their lives. Save some for a promotion. Oh, got pulled over, but gonna get a letter with a warning. Oh, get some land that I shouldn't have. Oh. Reagan was like, I'm using all, I'm going all in. Like, Reagan, you can't use it all at once. Watch me. Reagan. How did you feel in Australia? Was that were you angry, were you mad, were you happy, were you sad, were you Australian? You Australian? Say again? It was a piss take. Huh. Wow. What do you mean by, do you mean like as Australia, like you sent it into the world, or because I like that phrase, it was a piss take. Like, do you mean like, as in like she didn't take it seriously, or do you, or like did she like destroy the institution? What does piss take mean in this particular context? It was a laugh. Okay, I don't think we're getting any closer. Because what I mean is like, was it a laugh, haha, because we're witnessing it? Or was it a laugh because like, haha, I can't believe this is happening? Or was it a laugh, or like, were you ashamed? No, you were just like, you just laughed. She's taking the piss. Ah, so she's taking the piss. Ah, okay. Well, he said it was just a piss take. You see? I think this is the thing Australians forget sometimes. The specificity of ownership of the piss is very important. Okay? Very important. He said it was a piss take. I don't know who is responsible for the taking of that piss. It changes everything. Maybe she didn't plan properly and so it becomes a piss take, but she didn't plan said take. Does that make sense? But when you say taking the piss, oh, now I understand completely. Now I'm with you. Just taking the piss, Trev. Sometimes I feel like Australia is taking the piss. Just as a place. Just like as a vibe. And I get it. I think you need to as Australia. You know? Things are going too well out here. And I know you think they aren't, because you have to tell yourselves that so that you feel like you live in like a functioning place where things go wrong and stuff, but it doesn't. I'll tell you as somebody from the world, no. No. Guys have... I saw in the news, they came and they were like, major scandal, the Prime Minister under fire. On the news tonight, ABC News, Prime Minister under fire for accepting upgrades on Qantas Airlines. That story was the perfect encapsulation of Australia taking the piss. It is the perfect encapsulation. Because at first I thought I wasn't understanding what was happening, and then upon further investigation I found out it was what I thought, and worse. Your politicians are in trouble because they got free upgrades on Qantas Airlines. That is the extent of the scandal. This is it. Not they kicked Australians in the seats, out of the seats so that the politicians could sit in. No. No. They just got a free upgrade, as in they had already purchased the tickets, and then the airline upgraded them further. And I understand, like, for some of the politicians, maybe, but then there were like two people who were in trouble. The Prime Minister in trouble, and it's like your Minister of Tourism or Transport. Yeah? I was like, but you're the Minister of Transport. If the Minister of Transport cannot get a free upgrade in the transport sector, then what is the point of the job? What are we doing here? Yeah, people were like, oh, Trev, but it is a scandal. I was like, no, to me the scandal is the fact that your Prime Minister is flying commercial. That's more of a scandal to me. The leader of your country is just like hustling with you guys. My mind was blown. It's like, so that's what you were like, oh, they shouldn't get it. You don't think the Prime Minister should get a free upgrade. You just want them there with you. Just be, oh, sorry, do you mind if I? Sorry, yeah, just trying to, sorry, yeah, oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, just gotta get, oh, sorry. Yeah, do you mind if I just put it up? Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I just got the nuclear codes. I just want to put them up there if you don't mind. Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, I'll just go, oh, can I have my laptop? Oh, I can't have it out, yeah. Oh, I'm expecting an email from China, yeah. Oh, we don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, to New Zealand, no Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. It's all right, don't worry, yeah. No worries, yeah, no, I'll figure it out, yeah. Oh, sorry, could I get a serviette, please? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he spilled something on top secret documents, yeah. He was getting up, and he spilled his drink on the top secret documents, yeah. Yeah, we don't know what the budget of the country is anymore, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'll ask him to move. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. What an insane story. That story has been in the news every single day that I've been here. Every day. The first day I was like, okay, I get it. Maybe there's nothing else. The second day, third week, I was like, come on, guys. Surely something else is happening in your lives. Weeks. People are like, but Trevor, we can't tolerate this. This is corruption. I was like, you think this? Oh, be still my heart. Oh, as a South African, I was watching that. I was like, you think that's corruption? Oh, oh, your politician got a free upgrade. Oh, our politicians got given airports.